Okay, so we made a little program off screen, but it was pretty short. But I'd like you to walk me through what this program is doing. Can you start from the top there?
Well, so the n equals 10 is saying how many numbers we have in this line down at the bottom.
Okay, and why is it nice to make that a variable?
Well, so then you can change the length whenever you want.
Whenever we want, we can change the length. Okay, what's the next command do?
So a equals the table and 0, and right now it's just making a table of zeros.
Okay. Yeah, just we initially we're gonna want to make a table, a list, and I do it initially, and I just make it be all zeros. And that's just to remind me and to show you guys that, hey, we're going to have a table here. Let's make it all be zeros in the beginning, and then we'll fill it in with our program. Okay, what's the next thing we do?
So this is setting a of 1 to be 1.
Okay, what does that command do?
Well, it's looking at the first line in the table. So we're just starting with 1 and 1.
Yeah, that's right. So it says our first thing in the table is going to be 1. All right?
And then
What do we do next?
For I equals 2, so then we go up to I equals 2. And I is less than or equal to n, so we go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Because it's going up 1 every time.
Okay.
So now we look, B is the greatest common divisor of I and I minus 1, or A of I minus 1.
Yeah, what is A of I minus 1 in this? What does that mean?
So it's the bottom line in the table.
It's a little more than that even. Is it right below I in the table?
What do you mean? Right below I?
Do you know?
The A is right below I.
What does A of I minus 1 mean?
That's the entry kind of diagonally below.
Yeah, so when we had our thing on our computer, on the whiteboard, we were looking at the number in our sequence that was 1 back from where we were. So when we're at I equals 2, we're looking 1 back in the table, one before that, the first entry. Okay, and then what do we do once we get this greatest common divisor?
So we check, so if it equals 1, the greatest common divisor, we do the first formula. Mm-hmm. So A of I equals A of I minus 1 plus I plus 1.
Yep.
And if it's not 1, and then we do the other sequence. So A of I equals A of I minus 1 divided by the greatest common divisor.
Very good. And what does this mean here right at the end when I just put A and then with nothing else? What does the program do at that point?
So it's just displaying A.
Yeah, it just displays A. So we got our sequence 1, 4, 8, 2, 8, 4, 12, 3, 1, 12.
All right.
And we check that against what we computed by hand. But the nice thing we can do now is instead of displaying it out to check that our computations are right, we can do a plot of it. And the way you plot a list, like A, is you do list plot. And so make sure that's on camera. But that's not all that helpful, but maybe I can go out, we can do the first 100 or so.
Still, I mean, it looks generally like you're getting bigger, but you get bigger and then you kind of fall down and then you get bigger again.
Okay. And then I can even, this is super easy now, we just got to 500. Okay, so what are some things that you see here?
Well, it seems like it's spreading out up, but it's also like kind of filling in the space below the maximum.
All right.
So you're spreading out the dots.
And it's like, it looks like you can see it kind of fluctuate, like it goes up and down, but then it gets less and less fluctuating. It looks more and more random, like you don't really know where you'll be. Like if you want to see where you are at 350, you don't really know.
Yeah.
Can't really predict what it's going to look like.
Yeah, so why don't we go up to 1,000 just to see.
Huh.
We start getting lines at a little after 600.
So it looks like it jumps back and forth between either basically 0, something around 500 slowly going up, something around like 1,000 slowly going up.
Yeah, it's an interesting comment. Can I ever get 0 in my list?
I don't think so.
No.
But I mean, you're at 500 here, so this could be like 20 or something, and it would kind of look like that.
What's the lowest number I can get?
I think you can get 1.
Okay. Yeah,
We've gotten 1.
It might be 1. So, but it's interesting. So, how would you describe this graph of this list plot?
Well, it starts out. You can sort of see it distributing like a little in like waves, but as you go up more, sort of spreads out randomly, and then once a little past 600, they all sort of split into 3 lines. One at maybe like 1 or something low, and then around like 600, and then going up, and then at 1,500 and going up.
It's completely sudden. Like
It is.
if you cut off the graph right before you get to these lines,
Yeah, you could probably do that with like this card here.
and you asked someone to make a prediction, you wouldn't expect them to suddenly just jump into 3 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising.
Like
It is.
if you had something like this over here, like this kind of coming together, you might predict it, but you don't. It just all of a sudden.
Yeah. So what I'm going to have you guys do now is I'm going to have you actually watch the number file video, and then we'll come back and talk about it after it's over.
All right.